So talk a little bit about that, kind of how you started to, you kind of one of the first that wasn't just like, stick it where it's at. We're actually going to create some movement through the ball.
Yeah. Honestly, it started out really simple, and I think it still ended really simple. I just realized maybe I could push the limit a little bit more. But the whole idea, I felt like the catchers that we didn't name earlier, their biggest thing was not stopping the ball right where it hit their glove. And even when they tried to do that, they were still not in as good of a position, so they were a little bit weak. So the glove continued whatever direction the ball was going as it hit their glove. So my goal was, how much force do I need to put into this to stop this ball literally right when it touches my glove? Which also helps with your setup and having strength in your foundation and everything as well. Just having that thought can kind of change some things for a lot of people. Um, but that was literally my only thought. I just want to stop the ball right where it is. My other biggest thought, and again, goes back to creating a better base for me specifically, was I want to get the misses in the strike zone called strikes. Just because I'm set up 2 inches in on a right handed hitter and he yanks it outside corner, how strong can I be to literally stop that pitch right when it touches my glove to still get it called for my pitcher? So again, that dictated a lot of my setups and again, knowing your pitcher, all those kind of things we've been talking about. But then I started to realize, okay, this is working. What if I tried to do a little bit more, And I think I always wanted to margin on the side of too much, not too, not less. Do less, you end up just like everybody else that stinks at receiving. You do a little bit more, yeah, maybe you look like a little bit of a jack to the umpire occasionally if you mistime it or really overshoot it. But then I started realizing that actually works in that period of time. I don't think it's quite as effective today. They're not falling for it like they did in 2016, 2017, but I'd rather grow more. So just started working it even further. And then if you can make it fluid and smooth, and again, it goes back to familiarity with your pitchers. How consistent are they with their breaking ball action, velocity? You got to time everything. Goes back to the fourth dimension, using your chest to help timing when it's not perfect. That can be the last piece to help you still make it look pretty. But then smooth, ripping it quick, and going for it. There was one year I led the league in pass balls in Chicago, and it was a lot of unfortunate pass balls, but I also did really well stealing strikes. So in my brain and in Chicago's brain, it was like, hey, we wish you would not have as many pass balls, but we see what you're doing. We get it. Keep doing it. All right, good. If you don't go for it, you never know, right? I'd rather go for it.
Absolutely. I love that. So talk a little bit about maybe some drills or things like that that you were doing to try to create that path that was going to get you to applying some force to this ball that would essentially at first just stop it and then continue the move.
Yeah. I mean, I think starting out, catching pitches left and right, understanding the arc. We're always working back towards the center of the plate, essentially. We'll get into elevated pitches later. I have a little different opinion on that, but trying to always basically beat the ball to the spot so that I can catch it as I'm going back towards the zone. So I got to beat it here so then I can combat that force back towards the zone. A lot of people just try to meet it at the same time. Well, that's when you get pushed. That's when you get pushed by the ball. You got to beat it and you got to be stronger than it and you got to redirect it back towards the heart of the zone. So it's quickness, fluidity, body control, creating leverage with all the levers that we have available, especially in a one knee down setup. And then again, just go for it.